Hey guys, so another week. I'm going to go over my proof assignment for this week for you guys. This week I'm not going to go over my code at all, actually. Rather than doing that, Max does such a great job at taking you through the steps of this week's project that I'm going to focus more on what your project should look like, how it should act, um, so that way you guys can get the best grade from Andrew and I when we'll be grading your assignments for this week. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys something that I've gotten a question about from a few of you about your setup. Now what I've done is I have a few of my proofs up here and then I have my shop. Because for these next few weeks you're just working on your e-commerce, it doesn't make sense to have multiple prove links to the same place, but just set up one location that'll route and update it from week to week to fulfill the requirements for that week. If we did go into my code, we would see that I have separated things out. If I go into my pages in my proof assignments, I now have a shop where I keep all my stuff. So it's a nice way to keep it all together, and having to copy um, time and time again to make other proof routes just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I would advise going with this route and just updating this from week to week, and then Andrew and I will be able to grade you guys according to what you've done. So for this week, we're going to go into shop, and I've adjusted my view to be more like Max's. Um, so here I am not signed in, so I can see the product, I can see the prices, but if I go into the products, I get no kind of indication that I can add this to a cart. There is no cart, and I can't access any of that stuff now. If I sign in, actually that is sign up. We do not want to sign up. We want to sign in. If I sign in, test, very original with my passwords. Anyway, so now, and I need to fix this with a little bit of styling, but now I am signed in as a member of this site, and I now have access to a lot more information than I had before. If I go into a character, I can now add them to the cart. That's available. I now have a cart with something in it. My orders are available to me. I can manage my characters, and I can even add another character if I would like to. And this is all available to me. That's a little weird. But this is all available to me because I'm a signed in member. And that's going to be your project for this week is authorization, authorizing a specific member to be able to get in. Now let's say I sign out, or I am no longer signed in. Um, but one thing that we want to make sure that we do, and this is something that Max goes through and makes sure that you're not able to do, is access those URLs when you are not signed in, when you're not an authorized user to be in it. When I was signed in, I could go to add product, no problem. But now, if I try and go to add product, it's going to redirect me to sign in. All of those routes are protected now because I'm not a signed in member. My session is not being used. Now something else now that we've added with this week's proof assignment is we can now sign up. So let's say I'm going to do me@you.com. It doesn't really matter. Password 1. This doesn't really matter at this point. We do want to do confirmation with this. Um, but now signing up, we now we have two distinct users. Now if I go to my cart in this one, I don't have anything in my cart. I go to my orders, I don't have anything in my orders. And that's because we are now using specific users in our database to store the information for each user. If I go into my database now and I update this, I will now see that I have 3 different users. This password is being hash protected, as you'll learn in the readings this week. But we have test2 at me.com. This is another one I added a few days ago when I was working on this, and me at you.com. So now these are different users, and each of these users has different items, different arrays that are in their carts, and they also have orders. And this is all being referenced um, in my code as pointers. You can see here we have our product ID, and this is really important. And this is honestly what we're going to be looking for in this next week is the ability to have multiple users and have those users each have their own cart and their own orders, and also being protected so that way people can't get in. So this doesn't look like a lot, and it's not bad as long as you follow Max's great example of doing this assignment for this week. That's why I'm not gonna go into my code. I don't want to confuse anybody on the syntax of the code or what's going on in there. I'd prefer just to show you what we'll be expecting from actually looking at your site. I hope that you guys enjoyed my little walkthrough of this, and that it helps you guys in this next week. Once again, Andrew and I are always there to help you guys. If you need any help, reach out to us. We have hours now on Calendly. Sign up for an hour, and we'll hop on and help you out with whatever we can do. All right. Have a great week, guys.